It's a glitch, bro. It's gotta be a glitch. If we all feel that way.
He won't even. Honestly, I was like, don't send it. He didn't even respond to me. He didn't say anything. I think he froze.
Oh no.
We lost you.
No, you
I was like, oh, that was good. That was good.
Fucking got me, man.
So I'm actually excited to talk about Hocus Pocus with you over Danny, because
why is that?
though we watch some shows that are similar, like we do watch some shows that are the same,
Right.
I feel like our priority list of shows to watch is very different. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So we're like into a lot of the same shows, but like what we want to watch first is way out.
Right.
And we both happen to have watched this one already, and it just recently came out. So I was like, yes, let's do this one now.
I like it.
But what did you think overall?
I don't know. I have mixed feelings, man. They waited too long to do it. Like,
agree with that.
it's the new exciting thing to go back to old movies, make the second part or the third part everybody's been waiting for, wanted. But like, that was a classic. It was like, if they would have did it like even 5 years after, it would have been so much better. It just, with today's graphics and today's, like, just how everything is, how kids are these days, electronics and where we're at, it's just like, I don't know, I thought it was corny. They tried to appease the newer audience. You know what I mean? And like, I'm a guy who could appreciate some of the newer styles of movie making, but I don't know. I liked it. Listen, I liked it. You know what I mean? It was good. I appreciated it.
Mm-hmm.
I was excited for it, even though like I thought they should have did it earlier. I was still hyped. Like, you know what I mean? Holy shit, Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah.
Like, everything old school is relevant again, and they can do this, and it's accepted, and like, you know, it's like, don't fuck it up though.
I hear you.
I thought it was good. They had to appease the newer audience, so I get it. But like, there was a lot of cool, like, little behind the scenes shit that they did to kind of, you know, like a little throwback. Like, they would add little things in to kind of throw back to the original one, which is cool. And it's like, if you knew the original one, you would pick up on that shit, little things.
Yes, absolutely.
And you know, it made it fun, but
So
it was all right. I give it a fucking 3 out of 10.
see, I would give it like a 6 out of 10. I liked it. I didn't think it was great. I agree with you there. Like I thought it was good. It was nostalgic for me in the sense of exactly like Hocus Pocus 2, great. I liked the second half of the movie. I thought the whole way how they like brought them back with the candle, the dude in the shop. I didn't like that whole way how they went with the story. I liked the beginning with them younger. Thought that scene was cool. But
That
then
was
once
cool. I like that. I thought that was pretty cool how they went back.
Absolutely. And then once it cut to like now, I didn't really like any of that part. I didn't like how they were brought back and like any of that. But then once they found out the other one was a witch and it was like being passed down again and blah, 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 I liked the way they went with it. I like
Right. The storyline, it was.
So I agree with you. Like some of the stuff that they had to put in for like modern reasons or things like that, I didn't. I thought the music felt forced.
Right.
Like in the first one, I put a spell on you, great. In this one, oh my god, what was the song? I forgot. Oh my god, I just said it like 5 minutes ago.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
I forgot, but I felt like it was just so forced. Like it didn't just fit as naturally as in the first one. Like they like made it go in there, and then they put all of the same spell lyrics that they used from the first one into the same songs in the second one. So it was a different song with the same lyrics from the first one. And I thought that was just didn't really go.
Bro, because they tried to make it appeasing to the newer, you know what I mean? Like there was no originality there. Like, I don't know. I thought
it could have been done differently.
I think they
But I did like I did like Billy. I liked how Billy came
I
back.
thought Billy was the worst.
Really?
Billy is what kind of totally tossed me off from the whole movie. First of all, it didn't sound like Billy at all. The whole
You know, it
voice
was the
different.
same guy too.
Yes, I do know it was the same guy. I don't know. Maybe he tried too hard this time, but like
Right.
I thought it was corny.
I liked how
they
they
went way over the top with Billy. They didn't have to go that far with it.
Well, see, that's what I liked how they quote unquote saved his story. Like he wasn't her lover, and like, oh, I'll retell your story. Don't worry. Like I thought that was cool.
Was cool.
And I thought he was funny.
Did you see how in the beginning, like when they're kids, that they actually showed Billy in that scene, like in human form? Yeah.
Yes.
That was
Before
like
he was a zombie. I
and they
know that
said
was
his
cool.
name. I thought that was a cool little pickup. Like shit like that. I was like, oh, you know,
I actually didn't even think that was him when we were watching it. Karen was the one that said, like,
oh,
that's
Karen
Billy. And I'm
pointed
like,
out? Yeah.
I was like, no, that's not. Oh, yeah, it was. But it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
I wish they would have brought back Max Dennison. I feel like he could have still been in the story or still been living in Salem as an adult. I know that the actor that plays him, I read something that said that he was actually mad that they didn't ask him back for a sequel.
Really? I didn't see that.
So
I would have been mad too.
Right? I mean, you were a big part of the first one. You were a big role in the first one. So
yeah.
And to not even be asked, like I get it if like you were asked and then decided not to go back, but
right.
But yeah, they should have definitely asked him. But no, I don't know. I think overall, like I said, I think it was good. I think they did smart marketing, having it come out around Halloween and blah blah blah. And like, cause dude, Hocus Pocus has been everywhere. Even in like the Halloween store this year, there's like Sanderson sisters decorations and stuff.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere now. It's relevant again.
Exactly.
Because now the new generation, this is like a first time for them. So this is like new. This is like this is
and
it.
Any person from like the newer generation that like wants to see this movie is gonna go watch the original one before they watch the second
and
one.
Especially everybody like yourself from that generation who now have kids. Like
you're
all into it.
Well, it's funny because before this one came out, like the whole like 3 weeks before, Ariana was watching it like crazy. And it's fun. She's 2 years old. The end was coming up when Zachary Banks is like, going to heaven finally and like saying goodbye to them. And then Ari turns to me and goes, "Where's Emily?" And I was like, "You know who Emily is?"
Like, that's funny.
So it was cute. But yeah, man, I think the first one was definitely better. It was probably one of those movies where they could have left it alone and didn't have to do it. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as far as some scenes go.
Scenes bothered me, like, when they flew away on the brooms for the first time again, when they came back, and like, what's her name was on a Swiffer.
Yeah.
Because she was on a mop in the first one. So like the modern day mop now is a Swiffer.
I thought the two Rumba things was so funny. Like,
right. Because
for the salt,
remember she ended up on the first one, she got on a vacuum.
The vacuum. Yeah, that's why I thought it was funny.
Modern day. Yeah. So like things like that were funny. Like I appreciate that. That was cool. But I don't know. She's flying around on Roombas. Like they went so over the top with it.
It was a little like, but that was, it's funny because we were younger in the first one watching it and it was very silly like that. You know what I mean? So exactly. It did have that same silliness. I thought the Roomba thing with because exactly the vacuum to that, I thought that was so funny when they came out of nowhere and she was like, "My babies, they're gonna come help us."
Yeah.
It was so funny.
That was cool.
But yeah,
it was all right. I liked it. I love, even from the first one, the book.
Oh yeah, and they really gave him a real
the whole beginning and how he was like, he was on the shelf getting nervous and he was like blinking and closing his eye.
No, yeah, that was
like that.
That was cool. And so, did you catch this? So, the little girl from the first one, what's her name? His little sister, Danny. So Danny in the first one,
I know
her costume that she is for Halloween is
with the main witch in the beginning.
Yeah, I that was a cool catch. I thought that was cool that they did that.
I didn't notice that at first, so Alyssa pointed that out.
It was like a thing I saw on Facebook that was like,
I was like actually blown away when she said that. And I was like, it really is. It was like,
yeah.
And there was a couple things I don't remember them, but there were some like, fan theories about like, I don't even know. There was fan theories about her, like, being the witch in the first one or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
So-
I forget how it went, so I don't even know why I brought it up. But
Well, see, so I actually
was
just
reading
read
some
something
fiction.
that was a fan theory about the dude that ran the magic shop in this one. I forgot his
Right.
name,
I don't remember.
but
the name.
but they said that he had to be a witch because so the story was that in the first one she had all the kids under a trance, and he said that's when he saw them flying over. So if all the kids were under a trance, he had to be immune to it, and the book spoke to him to get him to remake the Black Flame Candle. So the book only
Yeah.
speaks to witches. So like it said like where he had to be like some type of warlock or something like that, but they never really said anything. So I don't know.
I also heard before they thought about making a sequel, like an actual second one, they were going to do a remake of it.
Yeah, I heard that too. I did
Yeah,
actually read that. when I
That was
reading
like their
facts.
original idea for it, because at that time everybody was doing remakes, you know, of old fucking films, but they were a little nervous about the reviews, how people were not really about it, and if they really messed up, then it'd be horrible. So they decided to just go with the second part finally. And the
Yeah.
whole the old cast was into it, even though they're old as shit.
Even
That's
though I
another.
wasn't,
That's another thing, man. You waited 10 years, like Sarah,
Oh, yeah.
Sarah Jessica Parker, Betty Midler.
Mhm.
Granted, they
Oh,
did good.
she
And
celebrated her 76th birthday on
that's
set.
insane, dude. 76 years old.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Bitch
They
was
said that
old.
she said that she would do a third one though.
No,
I don't know how they would do that, but she commented that she would do a third one if they wanted to. She loves playing that role, I guess, of that witch. But no, so the song was One Way or Another.
Oh,
I looked it up.
I looked it up.
And yeah, I don't know. I didn't I think that could have been better. That whole scene definitely could have been better. Even in the beginning when they came out and they're running through the woods and like, who are they performing for? And she's like, you.
Yeah.
Until they said that, I was even like, who are they singing for? Like,
I don't know, man. It was a little ridiculous.
What?
You know, and correct me if I'm wrong. At the end of the first one, they got poofed, right?
Mhm.
She turned
Yeah.
into a statue, poofed, gone, done.
Yeah.
So you're telling me they could just keep coming back every time that candle is lit?
I guess that's the
All
magic
the
from it.
time, you know what I mean? Like,
'Cause, yeah, they turn
so
to the
like
statues and then
technically
dust.
they never die ever.
Well, they turned the statues and then to dust, and then they came out of the ground this time, which I thought was
Right, which was weird. But this is where I was getting at. So, like, how the fuck did they come out of the ground when in the first one they were poofed into dust?
weird. My thing was more so I didn't like how they didn't really explain how he remade the Black Flame Candle. They were like, oh, it's a spell from the book to bring them back, but like they didn't explain anything about it. Like, you know, like I thought the Black Flame Candle could only be made once. Like, so I don't know. That to me too was like kind of like a something that they should have did a little better.
Yeah, I know. It was all right, bro. 3 out of 10.
I'll
what
meet
I'm
you in the middle.
saying.
I'll go 4.5. No, but I actually looked up like the Rotten Tomatoes and like the
What was
IMDb.
it? Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes was 63% and IMDb was 6 out of 10. So that's
I
why
feel like
but
that's
I
just
felt
because
like that.
so many people had to see it, because it's like, even if
Yeah.
you were mad about it, like myself, you were like, all right, I'm gonna see it.
Well, even if like 20% of the votes are like don't count too because they're people that were either not part of the generation, weren't a fan or whatever.
I feel
just saw
like
it now
kids
for
these
this
days
one.
just like it because it's cool, or because it was cool. You know what I mean? And now it's cool again, so everybody likes it. And they put it so much in your
Oh,
face.
you mean like the
It's
kids
in
that wear the Nirvana t-shirts but don't know the songs?
not one song. Wear a Misfit shirt, can't tell me one song. You know what I mean? It's just like you go into Target, you go into Walmart, you go into this store, you go into that store. It's like there's a Hocus Pocus everything. And social media, all these home brands, you know, that fucking do collabs with this one and that one. It's like it's everywhere.
No, I hear you. Well, I
Can't
guess
like it.
you know what? I guess it's not really the kid's fault to 100% either, because
No.
like for me, it's definitely not Mia's
And
fault.
to
Like,
be-
she has a friend
bro.
shirt and she don't know the show Friends at all. You
To
know
be
what I mean?
right. Also, to be fair, like you're a kid, you watch a cool shit. It's cool. I'm not saying it wasn't you know,
Yeah.
a shitty movie. Like they did a good job.
No, yeah,
If
like
I-
I said,
if
as
I
far
was
as
a-
sequels go, it was definitely in the better quality
all
of
right,
sequels
right.
than in the worst.
They
Like
didn't
there were so
totally-
many.
they didn't totally bomb. And my 3 is because I'm just salty about them doing it so long later. You know what I
hear
mean?
you.
It's just like, obviously it's a whole new everything. Everything around you is 100% different than it was 10 years ago.
Well, yeah, because if they did, it
Music,
was just if
style,
they did it like 10 or 15 years ago,
everything, bro.
and if they did it like 10 or 15 years ago, they could have had a third one now. This could have been the third one
This
coming
could
out.
have been the third one. I feel a little better out of it. It might have got like a 4.5 out of 10 for me.
That's funny. Oh man.
I like movies like this.
Well, I'm really excited.
I
I
do
want to
like
see the new
movies like
Halloween
this.
movie.
I heard it was horrible.
Really?
Yeah, by 2 people, and one kid is like big horror kid that he's usually on point with all films that he tells me about. This, he said, it was so bad. This is like the last one, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be like the final, but they've said that so many times.
I was gonna say, I feel like the last 5 were the final.
Dude, the one that had Busta Rhymes in it, I thought was the
Oh
final
my
one.
God. Busta Rhymes was in one. That's right. They did the game show or something like that, right?
Yeah, they were on like a TV show, and then he actually ends up coming there.
Right.
That's
Crazy.
But dude, yeah, everyone. Actually, the last one that they had, they did really good with Jamie Lee. I have to say, I thought it was good with her daughter, and they locked him in like the basement thing, and then set him on fire.
I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't watch like the last 2 that came out. The last one I watched, I actually liked. It was the one where they show him as a kid in the hospital, like the.
Oh yeah, that
place.
was a good one. That was a good
that
one.
was my favorite one out of any of them. I don't even
That was
care
the
what
last
point
one.
of the story it was in. I
Yeah.
liked it. They did
That
the
was
best
just
out
a
of that
straight
one.
remake.
Right, it was a remake.
That
I don't
was
even
just
think
a
it was
straight
part of the.
yeah.
But I like that.
Yeah, because
shit.
it didn't have Jamie Lee in it, and it was like just a total story of its own. I think of a
I
fan
don't
take.
even remember if she was in it, but like I just remember that whole one. The way they did it was so sick, and I really liked how they got him as a kid and how crazy psycho they made him, like in the fucking room with the doctor. It was nice. It was legit.
No, that
got
one
a
was
lot
a cool
better.
take. I liked that one too. No, but
What
I
was
liked
that one called?
I don't know.
There's so fucking many.
Halloween something. No, yeah, it's true. There
Halloween
is so
something.
many. No, but no, the one that Jamie Lee was in, the first one where she came back again recently, because I think isn't there 2 now, or is this the third one, or I don't know. I don't know if there's 2 or 3.
I'm fucking lost, bro.
The one that she came back, the first one where she had came back recently, her and her daughter like end up at the end like locking him in this like cellar thing that they had in their kitchen. They're down there, he comes down to get him, they get out, and then they lock him in there, and then they set him on fire in the room. And that was just a dope ending for them to like, kill him, and then the cops go to get him and he's not there type of shit. But I thought that one was
Where does he go?
It's just like every other one. Like when they think he's dead, he gets shot, he's in the pool, he's in this, and then the cops show up, and then where'd he go? He's gone.
How do they lose a dead guy every time, bro?
Every time. And it's not like he fucking runs.
Fucking slowest serial killer out there, bro. He just stares at you and then walks.
Every movie
just happens to be at every corner you're at, even though he's just walking, taking his sweet old fucking time.
Every movie, there's always like a follow-up of them like trying to find someone, like searching the blocks, the neighborhood, this and that. You're telling me this guy walking this slow is getting out of the neighborhood with all those cops every time?
Who do you, I got a question for you. Who do you think is like the most brutal horror character? Like who's got the most brutal kills? I'm not saying like the most gruesome, but like who's got like the coolest, like most hardcore, like when you watching these movies, you're like, oh shit, like that was crazy.
See, I mean, it would be between Michael Myers and Jason, but I think Jason might have to win.
Jason,
I don't know.
Jason,
yeah, I think
slashing people with that fucking thing.
And like there was so many of the scenes where like he would take someone and like there'd be like a pipe sticking out and he'd like stick them into it or like stuff like that. Or like,
right?
You know what I mean? Like he was just gory and vicious.
You don't think
Freddy?
You don't think Freddy Krueger's anything?
He was like more imaginative. He was more
like more torture, right?
Yeah, like exactly. He was more like
I like that. He had some
maniacal
killing scenes.
Yeah, no, he had some good ones. I have to say, he definitely had some good ones.
And don't
I
forget,
liked
like
it.
when he's killing them, they're actually like in real life. You see them on the fucking ceiling with the blood in the room. That shit was crazy, bro.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was a good one. Actually, you know what? If we're going like, no, that wasn't because there was no killing in there. Oh yeah. Hang
Ooh.
on. No, wait. Best deaths in a horror movie, Final Destination.
Oh, those are good, bro. I really
Dude,
like those.
those were good
Really do
movies.
like those.
The second one was my favorite.
The second one was your favorite?
Like for the sense of like the deaths, the killing, the guy when he gets the ladder in his eye.
Oh,
Oh, crazy.
that's
But
those are good movies, bro. You know what?
right.
Let's be real, bro. The first like two movies of Saw were pretty fucking cool. Like those were pretty sick.
Yes, I have to say. Actually, I mean, that was one where I watched all five of them or whatever, however many it was. I think it was six, five, six.
Yeah,
I liked all of those all the way through. But yeah, when
Yeah.
it first came out, those were some pretty sick deaths.
I like those ones.
So
Movies,
since
man.
we're getting close to Halloween though, and Hocus Pocus came out, we're talking about Hocus Pocus, like whatever. What is your favorite like Halloween movie to watch?
My favorite Halloween movie to watch. We doing top three or like just straight up pick one?
I mean, I might have trouble picking like just one. So yeah, I guess we could do three.
Well, just for fun and for kicks and the little kid in me, Nightmare Before Christmas, always. I love watching that around
Okay.
around Halloween time. It's just fucking you have to. No,
I hear you. No, yeah, I hear you.
definitely a big Saw guy. I'll watch any of those.
Okay.
My number one movie to watch around Halloween time, and it's like an old classic movie, is 13 Ghost.
Love that movie.
Right?
Love that. The Jackal. Scary. Very
Yeah.
scary.
Good scary movie.
Great
you know what I
movie.
mean? It's got a lot of good haunted
That house
characters.
was really cool.
So
It was
sick,
definitely
bro.
it was definitely cool, different storyline, not another
Yeah.
remake, something repeat, like something different.
It
I like
was
that.
it was like for its time. You watch it now, you're like, it's kind of corny, but like such a good movie. But like,
I hear
dude,
you.
back then, a movie like that and that house and the way fucking so sick.
I hear you. All right. So if I had to say
What's
like
up?
nostalgic from or like the kid in me, like how you
Right.
said Nightmare Before
Yeah,
Christmas,
yeah,
I'd
you
have
know?
to go Casper.
Ooh, good pick.
And Casper always gets me because like the scene when the mom comes down as the angel at the end, like always gets me. Fucking, I'm always crying. So that would
Yeah.
probably have to be one.
Good pick. I like it.
Thank you. The Adams Family would definitely be one.
Okay, it's another good pick. Yeah.
I always remember my sister watching that and
I
stuff
can
when I was
watch
younger,
that
and I'm like
any
trying to
time
like
of the
look to,
season,
like
bro.
no, yeah, absolutely. I love the Adams Family, especially the one I'm thinking of, like the '90s one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Uncle Festa when he screws him over,
Yeah.
and
What else?
I don't know. Like, see, I'm trying to look at like Halloween movies on a list so I could like think of something that maybe I forgot,
Yeah.
but nothing's really calling out to me. And you know what's sticking out in my head?
What?
And I haven't seen it in so long. The movie Carrie.
Oh, it really is such a good fucking movie.
That was a good one for an old school like but
Alyssa really likes that movie. I never really watched it until she made me watch it. I watched it like fucking 10 times now.
really
I like old scary haunted movies like that.
see me too.
Like
Like if I'm gonna watch a horror
Exorcist, all
movie,
those style movies are really good.
if I'm gonna watch a horror movie, I want to watch something like 80s or earlier. Exactly. Like I don't know. I do like watching the old because I feel like it's more scarier watching the old school camera lens with like that type of cut. Like the original Alien for me was probably one of the scariest movies that I ever saw.
It's a good
Because
fucking
like
movie.
you don't
Aliens
really see him until the
Aliens
end.
counts as a fucking horror movie, bro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it was because it was scary. It might be like a thriller, but like
Right, whatever.
it was so scary because you only saw glimpses of the alien until the end of it. Like you saw like everything was a jump scene where you saw like a shadow or a glimpse or this or that. And then
Yeah.
you finally saw it at the end. And like they did such a good job with all of those jump scenes in that movie. That was definitely one of my favorite scare movies. But Hocus Pocus, Doesn't make my top 3, even the first one.
Doesn't even make
But-
my top 10. No,
Really?
it'll probably maybe, bro. No,
See, the first one would make my top
No.
5. I was gonna say it'd probably come in
Okay.
at number 5.
fair enough.
But the second one wouldn't even come close.
Not even close.
No, I hear you.
They, they should have left it, but they didn't. You know what I mean? You know what another good movie is that I didn't tell you about?
Hmm.
That I like watching. Oh my god! Do you ever see? Do you ever see the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
No, you're not a fan.
Not really. I just thought that movie was weird.
It is weird. That's the best part about it. It's so good.
I guess.
It's so interesting. Also, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is like a big staple of a Halloween movie that I watch around Halloween time.
So-
Always have to.
You got to look this up to double check me, but I don't know if they're gonna remake it or if they're making a part 2 definite. But I heard something recently that Michael Keaton definitely is coming back to
Part
do
2, number 2.
Yeah, it is a part 2.
Winona,
Right?
Winona
Okay.
Ryder and him. There was rumors. I heard they're gonna do it. I haven't heard if they started it yet or if there's casting yet or any of that.
Yeah,
shit.
me neither. But I
But
did hear
it's a
that they are
real
talking
thing.
about. And
Yeah.
dude, I'm actually really happy about that because I actually love Michael Keaton. He was my favorite Batman.
Bro,
I love Multiplicity. I thought like he was such a great actor that just went gone out of nowhere. It doesn't
know.
just didn't make movies anymore. So I'd be happy to see him come back
I
and
mean,
have
but
like
dude,
a real
see,
good role.
this is another movie.
Oh, dude, no, he is the only Beetlejuice. He would come back and kill that. Are you kidding me?
Right. You know what I mean?
Because it was the
know.
voice to me. It was the voice, and like that was literally his voice. I don't
His
know.
whole
I
persona, bro. It was just great.
think, and he's one of those like old school actors that would just, I feel like, get right back into that character. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like he
Like
would
Bette
kill
Midler-
that character again.
Bette Midler to me isn't as, like okay.
Oh, let me tell you,
Okay,
she did
what's the
okay
other
for
one that was Sex and the City?
reprising the character after 10 years. Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yes, Sarah Jessica Parker did a better job of like recreating her character in the new one because she's used to being in character from like Sex and the City, picking up a character after seasons and like doing that. You know what I mean? I don't think Bette Midler did as good of a job recreating the character to the same. I think that Michael Keaton would.
What about Kathy Najimy or whatever her name is that plays fucking Mary Sanderson, the other one, the bigger sister?
She did good. I think that she did good in coming back to play her character. I mean, I think there were certain scenes where it was like not the same or like a little off, but I think she did good in the sense of like, the noises that Mary used to make and like how she talked and like.
I think her look. Nah, I'm trying to think of whose look I thought was better. Betty's the main Sanderson sister. She looked ugly, bro. She just looked old. And
Yeah, no.
I don't think it looked that good. But again, whatever. The other
No,
one
the
not so
blonde-
much, but the blonde one said Sarah Sanderson.
Yeah, she was definitely the one that looked the best
Yeah.
coming back and like looked the same like as her old character. The other two definitely looked a little different. You know what I mean? You could tell they were a little older or whatever,
Yeah.
but they definitely did a good job of making them look how they used to.
Right. They
But
did. They did.
but they did look a little, yeah, you could tell, although they were older. And that's part of like how you said they waited so long to do it again. If they wouldn't have waited that long, that wouldn't have happened.
3 out of 10, bro. Joey Tomatoes. Great system, all right? Fuck Rotten Tomatoes. We got Joey Tomatoes over here.
One
3 out of
scene,
10.
everybody knows the rules.
One scene. Trailer only.
Oh man. Well, I guess that's it for Hocus Pocus, right?
You don't got nothing else you want to talk about? No, just
Not
a little,
really.
just a little recap of what we thought.
Yeah, I mean, I still stick with my 6. I give it a solid 7 because a 6 to me is not amazing, but it's not bad. Like 4, 5, 6 is okay, good. You know what I mean? 7, 8, really good. 9, 10, amazing.
Technically, I'm giving it a 4, but my saltiness is going right down to a 3. I'm killing the taste with that a whole point.
So you're gonna go in the bad category then.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie,
Technically.
I didn't even finish it the first time through. I was so like,
Me
fuck
neither.
this.
Me too. I stopped halfway through. I was
like
like,
a
I'm not
second
really a
time.
fan. And then yeah, we went back and I was like, I gotta finish it just to see how it goes through.
I
And then
didn't
when I
even make
watched
it
it the
through
second
first
time, I was
time.
more of a fan. But yes, I agree with you. I did the same thing.
You did, right?
I did. We did the same thing. I turned it off. Nah, not really a fan of it tonight. That's funny.
That's it. Hocus Pocus. Now
Well,
you
thanks,
notice.
Thanks everyone for the likes, listens, shares, and follows. I'm sorry Danny was not here for this one because I'm pretty sure he did see it too, so he probably would want to give his take.
Yeah, his take that makes no sense, probably.
Or either that, or he just will have a list of like facts that he like.
He's gonna have
just
a
say
doc made
this,
for
this.
Sorry, Danny.
Love you, bro. All right.
We miss you.